Because the habitat's still there. It's a good place to live.
Exactly, exactly. If it's a prime lie, it will always be a prime lie for trout. I think we need a brown trout now.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling us about all these brown trout. All we're catching is rainbows. Golly gee.
You're not holding your mouth right.
I know. Okay, time for a little actione.
We're ready for you.
Nice shot.
Looks like a good spot back in there.
Problem is, right there, you got a big weed right between us and the bank.
Good structure all on there.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
What's the best season to fish this, Jan, from Missouri?
Well, I really like the first part of July to the 1st of August, if the water flows are right. Because one of the favorite hatches of mine is the pale morning dun.
So what's a good flow for fishing?
Flows anywhere from 45 to 6,000 are just about ideal.
Really?
Up to 8,000 it fishes really well. Being a tailwater, it can certainly fish on up to 19 and 20,000, but it's a lot of nymphing, a lot of indicator and lead fishing, which isn't ideal, but you can certainly produce some fish.
Then in the spring before runoff, does it fish pretty good?
It does. It does. You need to catch it before a lot of the rainbow population leave the river for the spawning and the local tributaries. Prickly Pear, the Dearborn, Rock Creek. But before they leave for the spawn, March, April are really good months for spring fishing.
Yeah, we fished it, the only other time we fished it was in April. That was fun.
Did you get into some blue-winged olives?
No, it was just streamer fishing. A little bit. The weather, as I recall, was somewhat inclement.
Yeah, it was pretty poopy.
Pretty poopy.
Then we went over to Yellowstone after that, and it really got poopy. I mean, hail, rain, snow, wind.
Man. I'll tell you what's fun time of year on this river is the middle of August for hopper and tricos. I mean, hopper fishing is good.
And that's later on in August?
Yeah. And it will go to the first big freeze, so.
Really? Does it fish well in the fall?
It does. It's an excellent fall fishery. A lot of the crowds leave.
Yeah.
After the holiday. Not that it's ever very crowded, but.
Well, this lower river certainly isn't. We haven't seen another soul down here. It's amazing.
I think a lot of it has to do with the length of the float, too.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, it's, what, almost 9 miles, so.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna switch banks here.
Okay. Thought I went right through them.
Nice.
Yeah, they're right in this current line.
Oh, yeah.
Casting.
It's a new technique. Throwing a leaded woolly booger for
Rising fish.
rising fish. Hey.
Hey.
They're there.
They gotta eat.
Oh, they are!
Yeah!
Woo! Wow! Nice.
It's a brown!
A jumping brown. All right. It's very deep. All right, Cal. Fat pig.
Probably not going to help.
Ooh,
It's a
wee.
nice brown.
Yeah, that's a nice fish.
It's a very nice fish.
Oh my goodness.
I'll try to bring it back to him or how's that?
You're fine.
Oh, man.
Beautiful, Kelly.
Woo!
Bow to the fish. Good job. Good job.
Boy, I took one look at that net and said, no way, I'm not playing. Look at him shake.
Wow.
I don't have his head up yet, hang on. Okay, now I do.
Nice!
All right! Woo!
All right.
We got the brown.
Wow.
Thank you.
Look at the size of that fish.
Wow. That is incredible.
Shoulder.
He doesn't need much, does he?
He says, let me out of here.
Here we
Let
go,
me
buddy.
outta here."
Yes!
That was cool. We
Fantastic.
finally got the brown.
All right.
Finally got the brown.
And it wasn't a little one.
No.
Oh, I think there are more of those in here.
Good job, Kelly.
Coming up next, fly tying, John Seidel's Super Stripper. These are the materials you'll need.
So now we're going to tie John Seidel's Super Stripper Streamer. Say that 3 times fast. It's a heck of a good fly. I'm using a number 4 2X long hook, and I managed to barb down in my vice jaws. You could also use a pair of pliers if you'd like. We're going to use some gold thread, and I just start kind of 2/3 of the way down the hook and make a few wraps along the hook shank, even with where the barb was. Cut off the... And we're going to start the tail with about 6 strands of gold flashabou. If you're fishing in murkier water, I suppose you could put a little bit more in there. And we make it the length of the hook shank. We'll cut those extras off in a minute. And just a couple loose wraps. And goes onto the back of the hook. Cut off the excess. And the next thing will be a full blood quill of marabou. And again, that's the same length as the hook shank, same length as your flashabou. Now what we're going to do is, I like to start my marabou right up behind where the eyes will be, so that way we can keep all of our bulky materials up that way. And I'm going to start it back about, 1/8 of an inch behind where the eyes will be. And what we'll do is the next piece of heavy material, we'll take it a little bit more forward, which will eventually give us sort of an even ramp down the front of the hook where we can place our eyes. So I'm just kind of making big wide wraps back to where the tail starts. And we cut off our marabou. Now if we were fishing this fly in real murky water, which I guess we will, we'd put a little bit more of this gold flashabou on the tail, another 6 or 8 strands or so. This is super fly, and you just do a real fast, uneven, jerky strip, and it really turns on the fish. Savage strikes. There's nothing subtle about the strikes in these flies. Kelly fished this on the Missouri and did extremely well. I was using my favorite, I think it's Kelly's favorite, woolly bugger pattern, which we call the Kelly's Princessa. And I outfished her a little bit, but I was just luckier. Okay, now I'm going to go just in front of where that marabou ended, the tail for the marabou, and I'm going to add the brown chenille. This is Riverborn's chocolate New Age chenille, which has a little bit of flash in it, which I like kind of in the body of a fly. And I bring that So see how even that body is, and we're just kind of working our way up to the front where we'll put our eyes eventually. So now we just use our rotary vise to bring that forward. If you don't have a rotary vise, of course, you just wrap it forward, stopping it right about where it started. Tie it off. And cut the chenille. Now, we're going to put in just a couple of strands of fly-shaboo to start the wing. It's hard to use 2 strands of fly-shaboo, maybe 4 strands of fly-shaboo. And it goes back to about 2/3 of the length of the tail. Right on top, loose wrap, a couple of tight ones. That'll keep that there. And the underwing, or the next piece of the wing that goes on top of that, is a blood quill feather of yellow marabou, about the same length. Some guys like to pre-cut their wings before they put them on. I just tie them on and cut them as I go, but I'm not much of a fly tyer, so I like to do it. I like to catch fish on flies that I've tied, but I'm not a pro at it, as you can see. So now we get, well, you can either add a little bit more of the gold fly-shaboo, or you can put the brown wing feather on. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the top wing on. It's a blood quill of brown marabou, and then we'll add some fly-shaboo on top. John likes to put it between the wings, and I think that's a good idea too. And I go just in front of where the yellow marabou ended, so that we kind of have this even sloping of the fly as we go down. And I'm going to come back here and just clean this stuff up a little bit. So now we're getting to the point just about where we'll put our eyes on. We're going to add just a little more of this gold fly-shaboo on top of the wing. Probably a dozen strands, because this guy, we want him really to stand out in that murky water. It just lays in on top of this, like so. Kind of slippery stuff, that fly-shaboo, so if you had too big of a ramp there, your thread would want to slide off of it and make a big ball at the front of your hook, which wouldn't look too good. It'd probably fish fine, but it just wouldn't look pretty. So now we're ready for the eyes. And we tie them in on top. And you could also tie these in underneath to give it a different ride where the hook, in theory, should ride up. Doesn't always happen, but generally happens more often than not. Now we want to be sure these guys are centered, otherwise that the eyes are centered, otherwise the fly's going to have a tendency to spin on you a little. So we just figure 8 over the eyes. Until we get them secured. And also have a pretty even head. Now, one thing, you can wrap this way real easy. That's an easy move for me. Wrapping this way is not so easy. So what you can do is just go underneath the fly and still have the same wrap, as long as you don't catch it. Like, well, the downside to that is your fly-shaboo hangs down and gets caught in the thread, so I don't know. Seems like a good idea, though. See how the eyes are straightening up? Because we're putting pressure on the other side. And we're just about finished. Get a little gunk up here in the front of the eye of the fly, which is aesthetically not too pleasing. It won't affect how the fly fishes or how many fish it catches. Now we go behind, kind of fatten that part of the head up a little. And basically we're finished with the fly. We're going to whip finish, head cement, and you'll have John Seidel Super Stripper Streamer. Great streamer for just about any water where trout live, and bass for that matter.
Down at the end of the float, on river left, the side channel slows quite a bit. Jim was still fishing our Kelly's Princessa streamer pattern and getting several short strikes as we came down the stretch. Now we know why. The carp just couldn't quite get the streamer in their little bugle lips quickly enough.
Well, Jim, I just think you broke the boat record. It's kind of hard to do, too.
Yeah, especially when he has
Oh, my goodness.
big, round lips. I think it's a carp. I believe it's a carp.
It's brown. It is a big carp.
Took that woolly bugger. I like it. I like it. We've seen all these fish rolling and jumping. That puppy's heavy.
10 plus.
Look at the water he pushes with his tail. They're really remarkable fish.
Not a bad way to end the day.
No. Huh? That's a heck of a fly, huh? Catches trout.
That does it all. The Missouri River one fly. Jiminy's.
Boy, they are strong. Good grief.
Oh, my.
Can you lift him, John? Wow. Hey, I mean, hold that right. If I can.
Sorry. I'm gonna push it. Look at that boy go.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, nice job.
Fine few days of fishing.
I got a new fly to tie up now.
The Carp Special just changed its name.
Pretty darn good. PDG.
Cool. Well, there's more carp and more trout out there, probably.
Since John had never caught a carp on a fly, we insisted he give it a try before we floated out.
Well, they don't take it very hard, do they?
No. Oops.
Get off there. Oh, fantastic. It paid off, going back twice.
Carp on the fly.
Holy moly, man, they pull like a train.
Don't say, though. You're wrapped around your yoke. Come around here. Isn't that cool?
That is fantastic. Oh, my goodness. Jiminy's.
Got him on the reel.
Whoa! Holy moly! Oh, my goodness.
He's going to Great Falls.
He's taking us down to the ramp. He is not happy with me. He's into the backing.
Now, mine didn't even get in the backing. I'm really jealous.
Hey, I appreciate this. This is fantastic.
Carp on the fly. Yeah, you
Boy, you could probably only catch a couple of these.
Just go inside the spool and go inside the spool
Oh,
with your fingers. There you go. There you go. Old hardy trick.
Boy, they are trains.
Aren't they tough?
These are tough fish. All right, it's time to gain on this boy. No more backing.
Right.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
He got out in that current. He's tough.
If he gets out in that other current, he's going to be real tough. You need a fighting butt on this thing with his carp.
Yeah. Hey, you got the fly line back.
Hey, we're gaining. We are gaining. All right, I'm gonna. I don't know how you guys could catch these all day. Oh, look at that.
Oh, he came off? Darn. Well, catch another one.
I was horsing him.
There's more in here.
I was totally horsing him.
Well, that was a big fish. He looked huge when he ate, when he came up and ate the fly right there at the beginning.
We better check this fly. I think my arm's cramping.
Carp on the fly on the Missouri River.
No, he's.
All right, get another one.
Before we go, one more look at rising fish.
Got some spent caddis in the water and some mayflies too.
Too high.
There we go.
All right, nice rainbow.
Hair up CDC emerger.
No kidding. That's a nice fat rainbow. You need the big net?
No, I think this will be fine.
He's a screamer. Can you net that for us?
Yeah, he may jump in the boat for you. It's about a size 20 CDC emerger.
No kidding. That's all right.
Got the fly line.
That is all right.
It's a losing battle. I'll tell you. I'm take him over here.
Jim, you want the big rubber net?
No, this one's fine. All will be well. Come on up here. Yes. Renee Harrop strikes again. just sit here for a minute. Golly, you're so fat. It's just gorgeous. This way. He says, let me go, let me go. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's what fly fishing on the Missouri River is all about. Hard work, but then you finally catch one. Or sometimes you don't. Neat, neat, neat. You ready to go?
A very special thanks to John Seidel from Tite Line Fly Fishing Products, Montana's complete outfitting and guiding service. Look for Tite Line products in your local fly shop. Tite Line High Ride Floatin'. This floatin' will make your fly float like a cork, plus it's temperature stable. Whether it's 100 degrees or 20, it stays the same consistency.
Dry fly? John's Little Magic Crystals. Clean, dry, and waterproof your fly in one treatment. This is the best drying agent we've ever found. Line maintenance and accelerator. This stuff cleans, restores, and dries to a protective finish on your fly line, increasing its life and your satisfaction in smoother, longer casts.
And last but not least, John's Tool Minder Necklace. I'd been using one of these for several months before I even knew John made them. They're terrific.
Floating and fly fishing a river like the Missouri with folks like John Seidel.
It's just about as good as it gets.
Thanks for watching.
See you on the next Fly Fishing Video Magazine.
So long.
Special thanks to Loop High-Tech Reels, the most technically advanced large arbor precision machined reels with a smooth yet powerful adjustable drag system. To 3M Scientific Anglers, creating the world's best fly lines for every occasion. To the Sims Company, world famous for the newest and best technology in Gore-Tex and neoprene waders, plus a wide variety of other products to increase the angler's comfort. To G. Loomis, where technology and performance meet to create the world's finest fly rods. To the House of Hardy Reels, old world craftsmanship, quality, and sound combined with space-age technology. To Action Optics, whose glare-cutting lenses are mandatory equipment for the discriminating angler. For more information or a catalog of other videos in the Fly Fishing Video Magazine, Hooked on Fly Tying, and Hooked on Fly Fishing series, contact your nearest dealer or call us direct at 800-327-2893.